Your meeting is being recorded. Yes.
All right, yeah. All right. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes. So, welcome everyone. Welcome if you're joining us live for this self-care and sound healing session with special guest Rachel Wayte from Healing Hearts. Healing Hearts. Have I got that right?
Yes, well, that's the name of my group that I run, but my business I just call Rachel Wayte. But yeah, I have a little group called Healing Hearts. Yes.
Okay, so welcome to everyone, and welcome to everyone who's going to be watching this back later on the Pathlight Thrive High Facebook page. So, theme for today is self-care. And why is it important? What can we do to nurture our self-care? What does it mean to you? What do you do to nurture yourself? And then we're going to hand over to Rachel to give us a kind of introduction on what sound and energy healing is, and get a demonstration. And if you have any questions, feel free to fire them Rachel's way, who's much more qualified than me. So yeah, Rachel, do you want to just kind of introduce yourself and say a little bit about your background to start with?
Sure, no problem. So hi everybody. I'm Rachel, and Paul and I connected only last week or so, didn't we? So we're still getting to know each other. So I've been a holistic therapist for over 10 years now. Prior to that, however, I was a classically trained opera singer of all things. So I did that throughout my 20s. But it wasn't a world, I have to say, that totally resonated with me. It was a difficult world to be in. It was a world full of egos. And actually what happened to me and in that time was the more and more I went through the singing world, the more and more I shut my voice down, actually. And I stopped using it. It was really interesting. So it came to a point where 10 years ago, I said, I'm not using my voice again. I'm not using it. I'm shutting it down. It's not for me. That was the end of my singing world, singing life, let's say. I spent a couple of years in the corporate world and discovered how stressful that was for a lot of people, and tried to get myself out of there as quickly as possible. And it took me down the route of moving into energy work, into Reiki, into holistic therapies. And that's where I've been for, I say, about 10 years now. Are you all quite holistically minded? I think I've seen one of you late one. Yeah, okay. And so I would say it's about two. So I've been doing a lot of, I used to do a lot of massage. But I've always been into energy work. I've done a lot of Reiki. And 2 years ago, I decided that I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. I wasn't doing exactly what I was meant to be doing. And there was more I should be doing. I needed to be able to reach more people. There was work I felt I should be doing. I've always been very, very intuitive with how I work. I've always had this feeling that I've just always known, I suppose, what people have been struggling with and how to help them. But I never really showed that gift to people. I kind of hid behind the massage because it felt safer. So 2 years ago, I thought, no, I need to be me. I need to be who I am, and I need to work how I feel divinely led to work. And so I started talking to my clients, and I said, can I please work with my energy work? Can I please work intuitively with you? They were all completely up for that. And as soon as I started doing that, well, my voice started opening up, and I felt completely led to start singing to my clients. And that's how it happened. I just knew that this is what they needed. And I started singing around my clients, which felt amazing because I was using my voice again in the way it was meant to be used. It was a beautiful experience, and I just felt all of a sudden that I was doing what I was meant to be doing. So from that, I studied sound healing. I thought although this is very intuitive what I'm doing, I better understand how sound can work, how powerful it can be. So I did some study and work with a sound healer myself. But I have to say, when I am doing either one-to-one work or group work, it's very I close my eyes and I just intuitively will sing what I feel people need. So I hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's how I work when I'm using sound. Obviously, we're all vibration, we're all energy. So sound can really help if our body isn't vibrating as it should be, if we are out of alignment, if we aren't well, if we are stressed, if we have pain, whatever it is that's going on. Sound has this wonderful ability to bring everything back into alignment. It's like, I always describe it like an orchestra. So your body is like an orchestra. So when the orchestra is playing well, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? Everything is in tune, everything sounds fantastic. As soon as something goes out of tune, starts playing out of tune, everything goes out of an alignment. It's the same with your body. So, and the sound can help just bring everything back into flow. It can help your energy flow as it should, and it can help the cells within your body start vibrating as they should do. Ask away if you have any questions, but that is how I try my best to explain it to people, and sometimes you just have to shut your eyes and listen and feel the power of it. So I know you experienced it, didn't you, Paul, last week?
Yes, I did. That was the first time I'd experienced vocal sound.
Yeah.
I had it before with Tibetan singing bowl and baths and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely. They're all extremely powerful, and I have experienced those myself. But because I had my instrument isn't a bowl or a gong, it's my voice, because that's what I'd trained with for so long. So it felt the natural way for me to do this.
Great stuff. So yeah, the word that keeps coming to mind is intuitive.
Yeah.
What led you here is your intuition, using the skills and talents that you've got, but also following your purpose. You feel, I'm paraphrasing here, so correct me.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like you're doing what you feel is your purpose now.
Yes. Which took me 42 years to get there, but hey, I got there.
Sometimes it's a circuitous route to find what we need to be doing.
It certainly is, yes.
For myself. So does anyone have any questions for Rachel at this stage? Okay, well, if you think of anything, feel free to pipe up or type it in the chat.
No, it's just
go along. So we'll just press pause on that for a while and just have a little discussion if we can, just an open kind of check-in to see how you guys are doing, and also what self-care means to you, what you do to look after yourself, any tips that you want to share with the people that are here in this room and people who may be watching this back at a later date. So yeah, over to you guys. Who wants to share what self-care means to you, why it's important, what you do to look after yourself?
I'm happy to share if I'm happy to go first. Because I realized actually how important self-care is. It came to me only a couple of years ago how important it was, and this might resonate with some of you as well. But I was really struggling. I hadn't found my purpose at that point, so I felt very stuck, and I felt like I wasn't fulfilling myself. I felt lost. I felt confused, and I felt very up and down emotionally, really up and down. And it wasn't until I realized that I needed to spend more time on myself and sort myself out, then I could start being there more for other people as well. So I personally, I have a very a morning routine. For me, it's I get up early, I spend 10 minutes in quiet meditation, I spend some time visualizing, imagining how I want my life to be, and really getting myself in a place of feeling positive and upbeat before my day starts. I used to just get up and everything was just on this autopilot, and I'd be rushing children to school, getting to work, and I'd be like this. and no sense of purpose of what was happening in my day. So for me, giving myself half an hour to an hour in the morning has been a lifesaver. So that's definitely the thing I go to for self-care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I do something similar myself. The way you start the day can be really important for setting up the whole day. And like yourself, I do a meditation every morning, spend some time kind of checking in with myself. And I did a personal development course called the Hoffman Process 8 years ago.
I've heard of this, but I've never done it.
Ah, okay. Well, it's very powerful, highly recommended. There's a few people in our group who have done it or are facilitators on it. And it's about, there's lots of stuff in there around forgiving, going through your childhood, any traumas, forgiving your parents, all that type of stuff. But it's also about integrating the 4 aspects of the human being. So the body, the mind, the emotions, and the spiritual self. So they have a tool called the Quad Check, which is a kind of guided visualization, or it's something you can do yourself, which is really useful every morning, I think, to kind of tune in with those 4 aspects of the self and think, okay, well, what does my body need today? Does it need rest? Does it need exercise? Does it need healthy food? Does it need to pig out? And then the emotions, what am I feeling today? Just honouring, validating, naming those emotions. And the intellect, am I overthinking at the minute? Do I need to spend more time planning? And then the spiritual self, really connecting to the authentic soul. And what you were saying, Rachel, about your purpose. And, you set up the day, okay, so what today can I do that's going to serve my authentic self and my purpose? Yeah. So that's a really good thing to do every morning, I find, along with a meditation. And I run every day. The odd day I don't run, I'll go for a walk, get out into nature. That's a big one for me as well. Anyone else want to share what they do for their self-care? Don't feel obliged.
Go on, Helen. Yay!
Yeah. So I go for a run each day or go for a walk. I go to yoga as well. Although I must admit I've not been practicing it while we've been on this lockdown. I had one day in the garden doing it, but I don't know, I've just been busy doing other things. But what I try to do is I try to make sure that I'm not doing too much. I've got a tendency to be busy. I'm a busy person. So I try to make sure that I'm not doing too much and kind of like, really kind of like step back when I need to. But also kind of like trying to kind of like keep checking in with myself as to what I need. And really being kind of honest with myself as to what I need as well. Kind of like, it's okay to need X, Y, Z, trying not to deny what's going on. Yeah, so that's me.
Yeah, so it is really important not to deny yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can be very busy. We can end up saying yes to lots of things and taking too much on. And another one for me that I've been learning a lot about how to manage over the past couple of years is about setting healthy boundaries and learning to say no to people and not feeling guilty about that. Just kind of tuning into my body and thinking, actually, no, I haven't got the energy, I haven't got the time, or it's not something that's going to serve me. And just being able to draw that boundary and say, no, sorry, and not feel guilty. That's really empowering to do that, I think.
I think the other thing we do sometimes is feel that we should be busy as well, and if we're not busy, then we feel guilty. So sometimes we fill our diary with, if I'm doing, then we feel righteous because we're doing things and we're busy, and then actually what I found is that then stops. If you are looking for change, if you're wanting to make difference, if you're wanting growth, or what, it blocks that from coming, because you keep feeling you keep making yourself busy, because we feel we ought to be busy. If we're not, I've certainly felt like this guilt comes upon you, because you're like, well, you should be busy. And so there was a lot of, for me, of letting go of a lot of that feeling like I needed to be busy all the time, so actually I could create space for the things that I actually wanted to happen to come in, and to create those as well.
And I think that's what's happening in this period of time now. We've got a space for things to come in, and I'm trying not to fill my days with stuff, you know, because that's my normal pattern. It would be to kind of like fill my days, but I'm trying to kind of like leave that space to determine, or to let things come in that are the right things to come in.
I think we've all got that time now, haven't we, as well, which can feel a bit strange, because we seem to have all of a sudden lots of time, but in a way it's a blessing for us, because we've got the opportunity for new things to arise.
Yeah, having that space is it's quite, what's the word I'm looking for, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to just be with ourselves and have time doing nothing, but also to maybe pick up some hobbies that we have shelved, or start some new hobbies, or just check in with ourselves. And I wonder, you know, coming back to what you were saying, Rachel, about being busy and feeling guilty and not busy, I wonder where that comes from. Where do we think the message of you must be busy, otherwise you're not worthy, where does that come from?
Well, I think for me it came from childhood. It came from what I was told, you know, and then I think I always saw my parents busy, and you know, you're not allowed to sit down and rest until you've done something with your day, and that. So for me, I think it personally came from, it comes from society as well, doesn't it? And if you're not doing anything, then you're lazy, and you know, things like that. So there's probably a lot of signals from society that tells us that we ought to be busy all the time as well, and if we're not, then well, we're lazy. So there's a mixture of both for me, I would say.
Yeah, so it's the messages we're getting from outside us, which we kind of introject and say, okay, this is how it should be. And you know, I do workplace wellbeing schemes.
Great.
So many workplaces crack the whip, and it's all about targets, and it's about more, faster, increasing everything, and it's flogging people to the bone sometimes, and that's not good for well-being. Personally, it's not good for staff retention, it's not good for morale. And really, if we can just take a step back and say, actually, there's a lot more value to be gained from doing something well and using that space. You get creativity when there's space, but if you're constantly got to do this, more and more and more, then something's lost. The humanity's lost, the creativity's lost, and that connection with other human beings is lost. I think we've become machines almost.
But also that being busy as well, it's an opportunity for us to kind of like run away from what's really going on. That's and run away from our emotions.
Yep. You
know, it does provide a really good way to kind of like be disconnected from ourselves.
Yeah, you're right, Helen.
You've hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah,
it's a defense, actually.
Yeah.
Some people, workaholism is an addiction, and a lady who's going to be coming on Saturday, Grania, she's done a lot of work, 25 years of experience in addiction and trauma, and she's now a psychotherapeutic practitioner. And I was talking to her earlier today, and we were discussing how most people have some kind of addiction or compulsive behaviours, but a lot of them are more socially acceptable than things like drugs or drinking or smoking, and workaholism is one of them. You know, addiction to being busy, always having something to do and feeling like we have to do it. And it perhaps ties in with people pleasing, it ties in with these messages we get from our parents, from society, from work. And it is an addiction, it's an unhealthy behavior. It doesn't serve us. So self-care, like we're saying, get some space and look after ourselves like we would for our best friend, I suppose. You know, we can be our own worst enemies. But if our best friend came to us and said, oh, I've been working 12-hour days for 10 days straight, we would tell them it's probably time you took a bit of time out for self-care. But quite often we don't do that for ourselves. Maybe we feel guilty, maybe we feel selfish. Self-care, selfish, but it's not, because we can't pour from an empty cup, can we, folks?
Nope. And that's when the body gives in, doesn't it? That's when the pain comes in, that's when the headaches come in, that's when the not sleeping comes in, and the body's trying to tell you something, but we don't listen to it until it's like crying out to us, and then it's well, not too late, but then it's, you know, so the body tries to scream out to you sometimes to tell you to stop, but even then we still don't always listen to it.
We don't. I totally agree with you, and I'd take it one step further and say, you know, going back to that quadrinity model, it isn't just the body that screams out, I've had enough. Yeah. Sometimes it's the mind, and the brain just can't work anymore. Sometimes it's your emotions, you get emotionally overwhelmed, and comes this explosion or tears or whatever it is. Something gets overloaded, and sometimes it can lead to anxiety and depression, and that is a signal for us. It's a red flag to say something needs to change here. Yeah. And, you know, it happened for me, it's, well, several times in the past, but most recently, 2 days ago, I burnt out, really. I was spent having, you know, really done too much on the Thrive Hive, and working long days and not sleeping very much. And I just had to stop. And a friend of mine who's in the group sent me some Reiki healing, distance Reiki healing, all the way from the Lake District.
Perfect.
She said, 9:30, I'll be in bed. Yeah, okay. And I felt it, and I had the best sleep I've had for 2 weeks, and felt so refreshed and energized the next day. So going back to what you were saying, Rachel, it's all energy in the body, and we're all connected, and it's wonderful how these holistic therapies can really serve us.
Yeah, it is. And it's, you have to, it used to take me a long time to feel comfortable saying I do distance healing work and I can work with you wherever you are, because I thought people would think I was a bit crazy, you know, but actually we are all connected energetically, and it's amazing what you can feel when working with someone, you know, via the online. I feel just as much when I have a client in front of me as when I have you sitting here like this. It makes no difference to me, and you feel it just the same. It's amazing.
Yeah. So any further comments or questions or anything to share around self-care before we go into the sound healing demonstration? No? Okay, so let me just look at my notes and see if there's anything else I wanted to say. I think we've covered it all. Yeah. Right. So, are you ready to?
I am. I was gonna. I'm just thinking there was a message in the chat, but it's gone. I was gonna ask. I know we've got Jackie, you've got Helen, and we've got Paul here, and there'll be some people catching this on the replay. But just so I have an idea, is there anything for you three here that's going on for you at the moment? That is there anything that would help you? Like an intention behind this? Is it you want to feel more calm? Do you want to feel more uplifted? Do you want to let go of anything? Would you be willing, you don't all have to, just to say what it is that you'd like some help with? That would help my intention whilst I'm doing the healing.
So for me, emotionally and spiritually feeling really good. Because the only issues I have at the moment bodily that I'm aware of is I could do with a massage. I've not so my shoulders are feeling it.
Okay.
And I have tinnitus. I don't know if that's anything either of
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, so for you, it would be a physical. And this is the thing, you can get what you want from this. So for you, Paul, you allow these sounds to basically go, vibrate here in these muscles that are feeling sore and in the ears as well, and just see if that will help release some of that. So that's okay. I will bear that one in mind. Anyone else?
I think for me, I'd like to feel a bit more connected with myself.
Okay.
I think part of me is trying to, or doesn't want to connect with myself.
Okay. So you're not going within so much. Are you staying in the head?
Yeah. I'm staying in my head too much.
And you want to listen here a bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy to share, Jackie?
Yes, I will. For me, it's to feel less anxious.
Okay.
I lost my husband 18 months ago.
Okay.
And I am dealing with it, but how I dealt with it was going out with my friends and playing bowls quite a lot. And now, with this lockdown, I'm on my own. And I talk to my friends on the phone, but it's quite a change, know.
So are you feeling more anxious than you normally would be?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
I think so. Because I have a son that has a drink problem.
Okay.
And he's anxious also and drinking more and phones me. Phones me every day anyway. So I find that a challenge. Yeah. I do find that a challenge.
Yeah, because you're worrying, presumably you worry about him.
I do, yeah. I do. Normally I can deal with it, I chat to him every day, but because he's using drink more because of the state, he has to be in because of the virus. Offloading it onto me, and I find that quite hard.
Yeah. So you take that up. So would it help if you were to be able to let go of some of that? So it seems like he offloads onto you, and then you feel it, and then you end up with feeling. Yeah. So if we could help during this to, let's say, let go of some of that, would that be beneficial?
It would, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to hear it. My internet keeps kicking in and out. You can hear me okay? Sometimes when I'm doing the sound healing with a group over Zoom, the internet can't deal with it. So hopefully it doesn't. So hopefully you will feel, and I'm sending you all positive healing energy at the same time. So hopefully as a group you will feel some energy coming in for you as well. So
before we start, Rachel, shall I mute everybody? Is that better if everybody's
if you mute everyone? Actually, yes, that would help. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Rachel.
Okay. All right. So let's just take in a few deep breaths together. Just breathing in through the nose, into your belly, and out through your mouth. Just let your body begin to settle. Just feeling your breath as it comes in and goes out. Just let your body soften to whatever you're sitting on there. Just let your body soften onto it and begin to let go. Sometimes if you are feeling slightly anxious, it's okay. If you're feeling a bit uncomfortable, if the anxiety is coming on a little bit, just breathe into it. Just let your body soften. And just feel this sense of healing, this sense of light, this sense of positivity coming in to surround you now. And I want you to feel like you're breathing that in on the in-breath, this sense of positivity, this sense of calm. Just breathe that in and breathe away anything that's not serving you any purpose, that's bothering you. I want you to feel like you can breathe that away on the out-breath. So breathing in a sense of lightness, a sense of calm, a sense of positivity on the in-breath. And breathing anything away on the out-breath. And I just want you to just be open to listening to these sounds. I want you to let them go where they need to go for you today, and have the intention that they will help you clear any pain, clear any anxiety, or help you connect with yourself and who you are. Just let your body soften into the sounds. Be still. Be still. safe. Okay, everyone, just take your time. Notice your breath. Take your time to come around. Take what you need from that session. Just bringing yourself back to your body. And just come back to me, but in your own time. There's no rush. Just open your eyes whenever you are ready. Feel free to unmute, Paul.
Sorry, I was miles away then.
I think we all.
Oh, you froze a minute there, Rachel. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I think I'm
Good. So that was lovely. Thank you.
Could you hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah, that was powerful. I'm not going to judge it at this moment. I will let you know how my tinnitus and shoulders are feeling tomorrow.
It can sometimes. Hold on. Can you still hear?
Yes.
I'm hearing myself.
Might be an echo.
What do you need to do, Paul?
Oh, Paul, you're on mute.
Okay. Can everyone hear
That
everyone?
better? I've got an echo.
I've got an echo.
Have you got an echo?
Okay. Well, we'll try our best. So, any feedback from anyone on that? How was it?
Well, I didn't realise how tense I was. As the session went on, I could feel my muscles relaxing, and yeah, I really felt relaxed at the end of it, very much so.
Good. I felt everybody calming down. How about you, Helen?
Yes, I felt lovely and calm. But I also got lots of purple and blue colours. It was really nice, really nice. And to start off with, I could feel it around my heart. It was obviously kind of, I don't know, breaking something, or
Yeah. Where it needed to go.
yes,
Yeah.
it felt like it was breaking something away, and
Yeah.
but everything was like nice and swirly and everything by the end of it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously when I'm working with a group, it's different to when it's with somebody one-to-one, but there's a general energy that comes through for everybody, and like you said, you will all feel it differently with whatever is going on with you, and you will get what you need from it. But I was trying to think what I was feeling. There was certainly a sense at the end that everything was just being balanced. That's what I felt was coming through. And you may feel the effects of this tomorrow, later on. You may feel emotional, you may feel tired, you may feel more pain, Paul. This might come on a bit more, and then it will clear. It depends.
Okay. Great. So thank you very much for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, any questions for Rachel? Okay, so Rachel, do you want to just tell us where we can find more about you? Where your
Sure.
websites are?
Yeah, I forget that bit. So, my name is Wayte, W-Y-T-E. My website is wayte.com. So easy to remember. On there, I have a track. Actually, it's a free track. You're very welcome to download it. It's a Let Go of Stress track. So you can just go on there and download that. Then you can have that to listen to. That might be something that might help you during this time. You're very welcome to send me a request on Facebook. I'm there. I have a personal profile there, which you're welcome to message me on or send me a request on. And I run similar to Paul, I have a very supportive group that I run, where I demonstrate some of my work. I do some live sessions there as well for people to get a sense of how I work. So feel free to come in and join that, get to know me that way as well. And if you have anything that's coming up for you from this session, then just send me a message. Feel free to reach out to me.
Great.
That's okay.
Can you just say your website again? So I think it
Rachel Wayte, that's RachelWayte.com.
Great. Thank you very much, Rachel, once again for being the first special guest in the Thrive House.
You are welcome. Thank you. And, I look forward to the other sessions.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. Yeah. So tomorrow we've got Simon Attridge coming in, who is a mindfulness teacher who's going to do a meditation session, and he's also a pastoral support worker at a secondary school. So we're going to be talking about how mindfulness can help children as well as adults. And we've got lots of other special guests lined up over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, really excited, and thank you again, Rachel, for being the first of those.
Thank you. I'll see you all in the group.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for joining everyone else, and have a pleasant, relaxing evening with lots of self-care. Maybe we should all check out with saying something we're going to do for our self-care, either this evening or tomorrow. And I'll start. I'm going to go and watch some BoJack Horseman, turning off the computer, having an early night, and tomorrow I'm going to do my usual thing, meditating. I'm going to go for a recovery run because I did a big push today and I'll be aching tomorrow. And yeah, trying to keep that balance of my 4 aspects of my being. So that's me.
I'll go next. I'm going to do well. Have this evening. I'm going to have my tea now. Have my dinner. I like to get an early night, and then tomorrow I'll do my normal morning routine time. But I also have a 9 o'clock online yoga session scheduled. Our teacher's finally getting up online, and so from 9 till 10 I have finally my yoga back. So looking forward to that.
Okay, thank you.
So go on, Jackie.
And then I'm going to go for a walk. I don't know whether you got that.
Sorry, we missed the first part. Can you say it again, please?
I'm going to make a cookie basket, and then I'm going to go for a walk in the afternoon. Yeah.
Very good. And Helen?
So I'm going to have a lazy evening. I'm going to have a hot chocolate. I'm going to watch some TV, and tomorrow I'm going to go for a long run because I went for a walk today. So tomorrow it's run day. But I'm going to chat with some friends in the morning as well.
Great. Lovely. Right. So lots of self-care, and we've kind of made promises there to each other, haven't we? And it's all been recorded. So you can't go back on it now. You've got to go for your walk. You've got to do your run. You've got to do your yoga. So enjoy your self-care, which is not selfish, and look after yourselves. Thank you all once again for joining, and especially Rachel, thank you for your benefit of your expertise and your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Folks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.